Hey guys, Eric Sargent, General Manager at Ed Martin Toyota in Nebblesville, Indiana. Welcome back. Today we're going to do a video walk around of my personal 200 Series Land Cruiser. This is a 2019 base model, of course, because it's a 2019. Onyx Blue Pearl, 8P8 color code, and basically we're going to go around the whole video. We're going to around the whole vehicle. We're going to break it into two pieces, one for the electrical upgrades and then one for just the build overall. So let's go ahead and get started. In the front of the vehicle, we have a Descent front bumper. This is a aluminum front bumper on the shell. It's actually a hybrid. It's got steel that bounces the frame, and then of course it's aluminum on the exterior. I did have a color match, so the 8P8 Onyx Blue Pearl, same as the exterior of the vehicle, is the same as the front bumper. We have a couple different upgrades on the front end. First of all, the grille. The grille is the Heritage Edition grille, so it does have the additional cutouts right here for the 30-inch light bar, and this is a Rigid Industries 30-inch adapt light bar. Above the light bar, there is a couple sensors for the integrated radar detector, and the radar detector is the Escort 360 Ci Max. So this has a jammer right here, laser jammer, has the sensors for the radar on both sides, and then there's a couple more in the rear as well. We have basically the winch is the Warn Xeon 12S Platinum winch. The Platinum is basically the synthetic rope with the dual clutch, wireless remote control. We have a Factor 55 Fairlead. We have a Factor 55 Ultra Hook. For additional lighting, again, the 30-inch adapt light bar on the side. We have the Rigid amber fog lights. These are the 1x4. I think they're 1x6s actually. Right here. This bumper maintains full integration of the Toyota Safety Sense and parking sensors, and also has soft shackle mount connection points here for recovery. Underneath the vehicle, we have the Bud built armor. This is it's kind of a hybrid system, part stainless steel, part aluminum. I think the stainless steel pieces are the transfer case, and the transmission and everything else is aluminum. And then we have the ZR Tactical recovery points right here, billet aluminum on those. And those are Cerakoted in the same bronze color as the wheels. All right, moving off to the side, Snorkel is a Fabulous Fabrications 4-inch diameter stainless steel snorkel. Mounts to the factory airbox, so no additional modifications needed there. Suspension, 3-inch lift, BP51, SPC upper control arm. Large tires, these are 35s, LT285 75/18, sitting on Heritage Edition BBS wheels. Factory PVD lug nuts. To make the 35-inch tires fit on this truck required a little bit of modification. No mud guards, a couple changes in finessing to the actual bolt, and then a 2-inch wheel spacer. Overall fitment is okay. A little bit of rub from time to time, probably to be expected on a 35-inch. Moving over here, we have the SLE LX570 rock slider steps. They are Linexed, so a little extra layer of corrosion prevention. And in the rear, I think I mentioned that we were using the 2724 Old Man Emu springs. Overall visuals from the side too. Roof rack is the Descent. The Descent roof rack. It's aluminum. Various sets of cross-member bars. Lights are the Rigid SLR scene lights. These are the 2-stage white in the middle, and then kind of like a glowing halo on the side, amber color. And then also there's a couple rooftop tent mounting points, which are the Front Runner iCamper quick connects. Kind of moving to the back to the bumper. We have a Descent off-road, again aluminum rear bumper, color coded to the 8P8 Onyx Blue Pearl, chrome delete in the back. So the D-pillar badging as well as the chrome trim pieces around the lights are Cerakoted to match the color of the wheels. We've got a ham radio antenna here. This is a diamond antenna with a diamond mount for a 50-watt ham radio. Go ahead and open up the back. All right, carriers opened up. We have dual swing arms. We have the tire carrier with the add-on accessory table, which is great. All aluminum, so it doesn't add a lot of weight. And that opens and closes easily. Magnet base right here, a steel magnet base for a Dometic water pump. Accessory mount right here. This is for my jack, ARB jack, fire extinguisher, which I don't use this one anymore, and propane tank. One cool thing about this is it kind of keeps your propane and your jack, which are typically dirty, outside the vehicle. So it clears up a little bit of real estate. I like this accessory panel, and if you want to access the propane without actually opening up, we've got these little threaded screws right here, so we can kind of just open that up and have access to the propane for your grill or heater or whatever. Accessories on this rear bumper, again, it's aluminum. We have the camera relocation kit, so the camera, which is typically up here, is now underneath here. The striker plates, no modifications done here. You do get recovery points for soft shackles here and here. And then we have the relocation for the wiring harness for the trailer, and also shore power right here for the auxiliary battery system. Max Trax mounting point pins. So we got two different sets of Max Trax right here. I got two reds and two blacks on here now. But these are the typical standard stock Max Trax pins. So these are the long ones, but you can take off two sets if you lost one or something like that, and still secure the rest of them here and keep all this outside the vehicle where it's nice and where it can get nice and dirty. Okay, so now that we have the back opened up, we'll kind of highlight the truck box drawer system. This is the truck box Alpha with the Zulu add-on box. I love the truck box drawers for a various set of reasons. One, they're made in the US, super high quality. They're all made of birch. They're Line-X, so it's extremely rugged and durable. Also, this drawer opens up a lot, like versus the ARB drawer where you have about this much clearance to put something in here. If you had something that was really long, rifle, or something that was just long, a breaker bar or torque wrench, whatever, it fits in this, no problem at all, without having to worry about an articulation of an angle of entry. So these two drawers are pretty much the same thing. This one has a display on it. This is the Red Arc Red Vision Rogue display screen. I'll actually make a separate video highlighting the whole electrical system on this truck, and I'll attach it in a link above over here. But all in all, I just want to kind of get the camera in here so you can kind of see the depth of this panel, because it really doesn't stick out anymore. If you can see that or not, but it doesn't stick out any more than the actual 2 layers of birch wood right here. So you can kind of see just a slight little bit that sticks out here for the Cat 5 cables, but you're not infringing on any real estate that you would be in the drawer system itself. We have some additional lights right here. We have the Whelen red-white combo, so red or white or off on a triple rocker switch right here. We have additional USB ports here. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then there's 8 more over here. So 16 USB ports right here. They can turn on real quick with the switch on the Red Arc Red Vision Rogue display panel. USB-C, USB-A. And then we also have the link to the 1000 watt Red Arc Pure Sine inverter, which is on the other side of the truck box, and we'll show that off in just a second, and we'll go into much more detail on the second video. One thing I'll real quick, open this up. So the fridge is an Ironman 75 quart dual fridge freezer. You can control it from an iPhone app. It has the Ironman has a kind of a nice little app, so you can monitor the temperatures if you're at camp or in your rooftop tent or whatever. If you want to get out and open it all up. And real quick before I close it up, this box extends all the way out for additional kitchen prep surface, which is an antibacterial surface, additional storage underneath that you can leave open while you're doing your thing, and then all that slides in underneath of the fridge, and then that slides right back in place. One little thing too that I would like to highlight about the Trek Box drawer system in general is these cargo barriers on the back and here on the side. Having the cage format is just so nice. Doesn't take up a lot of weight because obviously you're cutting out a lot of metal, but first and foremost is that you can attach anything, any box or any blanket or any tent, whatever you have, you just bungee it all together. So whatever you have, it'll just fit nice and snug. Just bring a nice set of bungees. Storing a couple things back here in the drawers, and again, we'll highlight this in the electrical overview video. But we have the Red Vision Rogue DeWalt 2060 flex volt charger for like a impact battery or a camp fan or chainsaw, whatever you want to bring with you for that if you're in that DeWalt ecosystem. And then over here we have my auxiliary battery for my triple battery for the fridge and inverter, which is a Battleborn 100 amp hour lithium battery. Cool. Okay, so behind the second row and on the back side of the Trek box system, we have the Red Arc Manager 30 charger. And so this is the basically the dual battery guts of this system in the back. The Red Vision Rogue is the accessory to this that lets you see like the fuel sending, like the fuel gauges. But this is ultimately what's allowing solar charging, shore charging, and the conversion of the dual battery setup for the BCDC. So this is our charging mechanism, and then we have a Red Arc 1000 watt pure sine inverter. Which typically want to use about 1,000 watts of power per 100 amp hours of lithium battery. So I do have the 100 amp hour battery back here, and then a 1,000 watt pure sine inverter. This inverter and battery combo it's plenty of power for anything that I've ever needed to use, which has been just powering like a Ninja blender and of course the refrigerator and maybe like a little Nespresso or a Keurig coffee machine. I've never had any issues with any of the draw that I've used on this combination, but I'm not using it for actual tools. And then also behind here, I have a Yeti 1 gallon water bottle holder just to keep some fresh water in the car. I like this particular setup because this is extremely durable. And I feel like those Yeti 1 gallon jugs, if they roll around, they're kind of dangerous because they're so darn heavy, and the lids on them screw on so tight that there's no risk of any kind of fluid leaking that's back here. While we're back here, I'll go and put the seats down. I also have an Alpine DVD player installed. Certain 2019s, and actually it was standard up until 2018, or 2017 actually, is that all Land Cruisers had a DVD player behind the headrest, but this one does not. I like it actually up here. And this is hardwired to an Apple TV, which is mounted underneath the passenger seat. So as long as my cell phone connects, I can be a hotspot and it'll connect automatically. And then my family and kids can stream shows off that device. All right, now that we're up to the front seats, I'll kind of show off this is a fire extinguisher. It's a quick connect, so this is a Renline Safecraft stainless steel Halon fire extinguisher with a nice quick mount. So basically you just kind of stick it on here and then it just clips on there. So right now it's secure. Hold it again and it pulls right off. So super quick access. And it's mounted to the actual seat, the seat mechanism with the SLE fire extinguisher mount. There are two Zero Tactical MOLLE panels, one on each side. These are carbon fiber. So I have one on the passenger and driver side. The cup holder is the BH3D. There's various BH3D 3D cup holder, 3D printed cup holders for 200 series Land Cruisers and other series of Land Cruisers as well. I like this one because it's got a nice spot for your cell phone. Being a 2018, you got a cool box, which was deleted in the Heritage editions of 2020 and 2021. And then we have additional battery charger right here. I'm sorry, not battery charger, but dual voltage gauge. So we can see right now the car's in accessory 2 mode. But this little gauge shows the voltage of the auxiliary of the crank battery, and then also the auxiliary battery up front. The lithium battery is on its own system back there. These two batteries are connected with the Red Arc BCDC 1225D. So we have that here. It's symmetrical to the power button. They're not exactly the same diameter. This one's probably a little bit bigger, but I think it's nice because it just kind of matches. It's a nice place for it. 50 watt ham radio is mounted right up here, and the car's on 2 mode, so that'll take a minute to power on. The external mic transmitter is attached with a magnet to this magnet mic right here. and then we are good to go. And I have additional wiring right here, USB. This is for my front cam. I have a Thinkware U1000, I think is what it is, and then it has a connection to the rear camera as well, so it can record front and rear. Up here on the center channel, we have the Gamma VD center channel mount with a RAM bar, with like, I think it's a 9-inch RAM bar, using the RAM Ball B balls. So right now I have my Garmin Montana 750i mounted to that, and then a couple other balls that we can use for, you know, cell phones or any other accessories that we may want to use in the future. And then down here I have a little, this is a really nice little blank spot. If you have an Escort 360 Ci Max radar detector, coincidentally, the buttons almost match up exactly to the Land Cruiser buttons, the grays and the blacks and stuff. So absolutely perfect spot for it, for your right hand to just touch and mark locations, turn the volume up, turn the volume down, power on, power off, etc. To the right of the steering column, we have a Switch Pro 9100. We can turn on and off the rock lights, which currently are wired to the door switch. So basically, if the door is open, then they turn on. If the door shuts, they turn off. If the car locks, they're off. If the car is if you unlock it, it turns on. ARB twin air compressor, auxiliary batteries linking, so I can jump start my crank battery with my AGM auxiliary battery. Rear locker in the rear, and then rear locker enable, and then a couple extra blanks that we can use for something else in the future. RAM, this is an easy roller for a iPad mini that I can kind of adjust right there and have access to iPad mini, Gaia, or whatever as I travel. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have a couple extra things. We have the Redarc Tow Pro Elite trailer brake controller. This is my fuel gauge for my 24-gallon long-range fuel tank. Right now it's empty. And also relocated the power hatch button. Normally it's on the left side, but since we have the Switch Pro on the other side, I went ahead and relocated that button to the left side. Let's take a look under the hood. All right, under the hood. Obviously, 5.7 liter 3UR V8. This is supercharged with the Harrop TVS 2650 supercharger kit. It has about 100 horsepower, 381 stock on a 200 series, so about 480 horsepower on this one. US carb meets carb in all states, including California. We got an ARB twin air compressor here. We have the solenoid, the manifold kit. Right back here, an extra solenoid for the rear locker behind that. I also have some hood lights. Can't see it because we got our light. Actually, you can't see it. There's our white and our red. So those are our hood lights mounted inside the additional sound deadening padding. Compressor, 2 batteries. We have typically on a 200 series Land Cruiser, your crank battery, it's a Group 31 Toyota True 2 battery. That's going to be right here from the factory, or True Start if it's a replacement battery. But we relocated the crank battery to the left side. So this side is going to be basically, this is a lead acid Group 35 crank battery. It's mounted inside of a SLE auxiliary battery tray. So although it's an auxiliary battery tray, this is actually our crank battery. In the event that this didn't have enough juice to crank the car, which I've never had that issue, you can hit, there's a button on the Switch Pro that links the 2 batteries together. So you could inherently just link the 2, and then you would have the power of this AGM battery, which probably does have some higher cold cranking amps in the event that you needed it. But these 2 batteries are connected with a Redarc BCDC 1225 charger. We do have a solar connection right here, so if I wanted to connect to that, we could just use this Anderson 50. But again, lead acid crank over here, Odyssey Extreme, Group 31 AGM over here. Busman fuses right here for the ARB twin air compressor, the SBI. The SBI 212 is the smart battery isolator that links the 2 batteries together if you need to connect the batteries. It's mounted behind the grill, may not be visible on this video, but we could maybe put a still shot overlay. And then also some NOCO trickle chargers here on both batteries. Just a little NOCO 10X4 dongle for trickle charging in the off season. this is not my daily driver. But that is basically a full walk around on my personal 2019 200 Series Land Cruiser. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the channel, please hit thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future Land Cruiser content.